Who would win this tournament? In this episode, you'll join me as we dive into various maps and witness an epic tournament featuring 44 different units. Now, let's jump into the first battle. We'll be deploying each of the 44 units based on the number needed to reach a total of 1 million HP. For example, with German soldiers having 300 HP each, there will be 3,333 of them, while William Wallace, with 12,000 HP, will have 83 troops. The German soldiers positioned on the bridge rush forward to shoot at William Wallace. These units have stats of 300 HP and 35 attack damage, making them quite powerful among the soldier units. However, if they were to face off against one of the most powerful swordsman units from the hero faction, victory would not be guaranteed. William Wallace, with his 200 attack damage, might not be able to kill the German soldiers in one shot, but he can certainly send them flying off the bridge with a powerful strike. They manage to eliminate all the soldiers on the bridge and finally make their way onto the ground. But it doesn't seem like there are many survivors. Well, the first battle was won by the German soldiers, so let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have the showdown between the Laser Knight and the Egyptian Spearman. The Laser Knight is a hero unit with 2,000 HP and 200 damage. Now, let's take a look at the stats of the Egyptian Spearman, who plays for the home team. It's safe to say that their stats are quite dismal, with only 150 HP and 35 damage, along with a slight chance of blocking attacks due to their shield. However, whether that shield will hold up against a lightsaber remains to be seen. Between the two pyramids, another battle unfolds, this time featuring a clash between ranged units. Cleopatra unleashes fireballs, dealing 1,000 damage with her 20,000 HP. Facing her is the American assault soldier armed with a Tommy gun, boasting 300 HP and 20 attack damage. The battle ended quickly due to Cleopatra's overwhelming firepower. Next, hero units clash on the frozen lake. Nikola Tesla has 10,000 HP and fires a powerful electric beam, dealing 500 damage. Ballman, as the name suggests, throws a ball dealing 200 damage and has 80 HP. At first glance, they may seem weak, but the reason they belong to the hero unit faction becomes apparent when you watch their battles. They hurl balls with a destructive power akin to that of bowling balls at the speed of rubber balls. As soon as the battle started, the powerful firepower of the Ballmen sent the Teslas flying. Some of the Teslas flying towards Ballmen are attempting to attack, but it's already too late for them. As the outcome seems already decided, let's watch the trajectory of the balls they throw and the rippling graphics. There's no doubt that Ballman is truly OP among the hero units. The next battle will take place on the Normandy beach. The 10,000 Persian soldiers preparing for battle on the beach have 100 HP and 25 damage. Their opponents, with 1,000 HP and 200 damage, will be landing on the beach aboard landing craft. Which units will be aboard the landing craft? Let's find out. The Persian soldiers' opponents were none other than the Mantis shrimps. Its size may be small, but it's not to be underestimated. In this game, the Mantis shrimp boasts quite formidable stats. While it might seem crazy for them to take on human soldiers, real Mantis shrimps can actually snap their claws at 51 miles per hour in an instant when hunting prey, literally smashing them to bits. In this game, they're even the size of a small dog, so it's no wonder human soldiers get knocked out and sent flying by their punches. nightmarish shrimp continue to pour out of the landing craft. The battle has come to an end. Following the showdown between shrimps and humans, let's now delve into a fight featuring 4 different bird species. The first avian versus human showdown is between battle duck and zombies. Zombies may not be considered human anymore, but they were once. The battle duck has 80 HP and 15 attack damage. It's got a little helmet that gives it melee armor equal to 10% of its HP and range armor equal to 50% of its HP. However, its base stats are so low that it might not make much of a difference. Next, the zombie has 200 HP and 25 attack damage. A notable feature is that both male and female zombies spawn together, but they share the same stats. There still doesn't seem to be any noteworthy points in this battle. It's just the ducks pecking at the zombies' feet, and the zombies swinging their arms repeatedly. So let's speed up the video a bit. The key in a battle between melee units battles is observing how the fight unfolds on the edges of the formation. Let's see which side gains the upper hand. It seems unexpectedly that the battle ducks are gaining the upper hand. But the zombies, with their superior stats, are gradually turning the tide in their favor. Looking at the opposite side of the formation, it seems that the outcome of the battle has been clearly decided. All that's left is to watch the zombies feast. Leaving the zombies behind, who are now full and ready for the next round. Let's move on to the next battle featuring an even bigger bird. This time, we've brought in some bigger birds. Meet the ostriches. These creatures have 300 HP and 35 attack damage, fitting their large size. They'll be up against 3,333 Spartans. The Spartan also has 300 HP, the same as the ostriches, but boasts 50 attack damage and is a powerful unit with an impressive 90% melee block chance and 55% range block chance. The birds don't seem to have luck on their side in this matchup, but let's watch. The Ostriches and Spartans are charging at each other. True to their impressive stats, the Ostriches are taking down quite a few Spartans. However, they seem to be no match for the overwhelming power of the Spartan units. What's more, the Spartans have a longer attack range. If you look closely, you can see even the soldiers in the second row from the front joining the attack. In the end, even the largest bird on Earth couldn't stand against humans. But is the ostrich really the largest bird in this game? That's why we've prepared an even bigger bird, or more precisely, a bigger chicken. This unit is called the mother of all hens and boasts a whopping 15,000 HP, 200 attack damage, and 50 splash damage. Facing this giant chicken are the archers. Their stats are 80 HP and 15 attack damage. Their main feature is that they move backward between shots. There are other ranged units with this attack pattern, and if they face melee units on flat ground, this movement gives them a huge advantage. So, we've decided to give them a disadvantage in their positioning. The battle takes place on a big island, and with water behind the archers, if they don't take down the giant chickens quickly, they might end up moving backward into the water and drowning. Let's watch the battle. The giant chickens are charging towards the archers. The firepower of the archers is impressive. And even the mother of all hens with its massive HP can't withstand their ranged attacks. It's unfair if only the human units use ranged weapons. So here come the chickens that attack from a distance, called free ranged chickens. How can a chicken perform ranged attacks? Bows? Guns? Nope, they're butts. I mean, eggs. They have 80 HP and fire eggs that deal 10 damage each with an impressive 95% accuracy. Considering they shoot backward, they are incredibly accurate. Their opponents are the footmen. They have 150 HP and 22 attack damage. And they wear a larger version of the helmet used by the battle ducks, giving them a 60% melee block chance. Unfortunately for them, their enemies are ranged units. The battle has begun. Both sides are charging at each other. The footmen are getting hit by a barrage of eggs as they approach the chickens. That's some serious firepower. It even seems like the smell is reaching us off screen. The battle ends with a victory for the free-range chickens. Their firepower was as strong as their smell. Before we check out the results from the first half of round 1, let's get into the next matches on the small island. Modern Soldier versus Orc Warrior and Annie Oakley versus Puppet. First up, the Modern Soldiers. They have 300 HP and 20 attack damage. And like the previous archers, they attack while moving backward. Orc Warriors belong to the fantasy faction along with trolls, and they have 350 HP, which is 50 more than the Modern Soldiers, and 50 attack damage. Right from the start, many orcs are falling to the Modern Soldiers' barrage. The Modern Soldiers have won. Let's move on to the next match. Annie Oakley belongs to the hero faction and is armed with dual pistols. She has 10,000 HP, 500 attack damage, and 500 splash damage. Facing her are the puppets, who are also dual-wielding, but with AR-15 in each hand. They have 400 HP and 40 attack damage. Let's watch this battle between two dual-wielding units. Wow, the number of projectiles being fired by both units is incredible. Both sides have tremendous firepower, and many units died in an instant after the battle started. The remaining unit counts are similar, but it looks like the puppets lack the firepower to take down a hero unit with 10,000 HP. With the last puppet down, that wraps up the first half of round 1. Alright, let's get back to the bracket. We can see the results for 11 out of the 22 first round matches. First, shall we determine the opponent for the standard zombie in round 2? Let's continue with the second half of the first round, starting with the match between the Mongolian soldier and the shotgun soldier. Their battle takes place on the trench warfare map. The Mongolian soldier has 150 HP and 22 attack damage. The shotgun soldier has 80 HP and 6 attack damage. The first match of the second half of round 1 starts now. The Mongolian soldiers couldn't even get close and were defeated. With this, the shotgun soldiers will face the zombies in round 2. The next 3 battles will feature units from the Roman faction. Let's start with the Roman soldier versus ancient Egyptian warriors battle in the Oasis. The Roman soldier has 200 HP and 50 attack damage, and with a large shield, helmet, and upper body armor, they have an impressive 98% melee block chance and 96% ranged block chance. Facing them are the Egyptian warriors. who are equipped with bronze swords and helmets, adorned with cool hieroglyphic tattoos and various ornaments, and, most notably, have a navel like a black hole. Their stats are 200 HP, 40 attack damage, and a 70% melee block chance. All right, the battle has begun. Both sides are rushing towards the oasis, and the clash between iron and bronze is highly anticipated. The soldiers from both sides have engaged. Since both units have high melee block chances, you can hear the frequent clashing sounds of attacks being blocked by their armor. Let's see what's happening on the other side of the oasis. The units that are submerged up to their torsos are taking drowning damage and dying quickly. In close combat, it's crucial to monitor the situation at the edges of the formation, right? At the edges, the Egyptian warriors are managing to attack the Romans from behind, allowing them to kill relatively quickly and gain the upper hand. The Roman soldiers are breaking through the Egyptian line and moving to support the edges. In head-to-head combat, the Egyptian warriors don't stand a chance. The battle on the other side of the oasis is still ongoing. Let's see how many more they can take down before the Roman soldiers from the other side arrive. And with that, the clash between bronze and iron ends, and the Roman soldiers advance to round 2. Next up is the battle between the Roman archers and the Ginger. The Ginger units belong to the evil faction and are armed with candy spears and cookie shields. Their stats are 400 HP and 50 attack damage, with a 70% melee block chance and 55% ranged block chance thanks to their cookie shields. The Roman archers have the same stats as the medieval archers you've seen before, 80 HP and 15 attack damage. The battle has started. The Ginger units are advancing with their shields raised, blocking the incoming arrows as they charge forward. The Gingers have reached the archers and begun their attack. The sound of arrows bouncing off their shields is quite impressive. Can they push the archers all the way to the water? It seems they fall short. The Roman archers advance to the next round, where they will face their fellow faction members, the Roman soldiers. The final contender from the Roman faction is the Roman general. Among the normal melee units in this game, they are considered the most powerful, boasting 500 HP, 120 attack damage, 95% melee block chance, 95% ranged block chance, and even 250 melee and ranged armor, which is 50% of their HP. But their opponent is no less formidable. Facing them is the Troll. Also from the fantasy faction like the Orc Warrior. These Trolls, despite not being hero units, have an astounding 12,000 HP, 200 damage, and 200 splash damage. Now, let's witness the clash between the two strongest melee units among the normal units. Any other unit would have been killed in a single hit by the Troll's attack, but the Roman general impressively charges back into the fight. However, the Troll's superior HP shows little sign of diminishing, and the scent of defeat hangs heavily over the Roman general. As the last Roman general falls, the most powerful unit from the Roman faction finally kneels before the Troll. The next 5 battles will feature units from the evil faction. Who is the first contender? This unit has no legs, grotesque hands, and wears a tattered cloak. It's the Ghost. The Ghost has 200 HP and fires green fireballs that deal 30 damage and 15 splash damage. Where there are ghosts, there must be Ghostbusters, right? So we brought in the Ghostbusters. A Sherman tank. The Sherman is the only tank unit in this game, boasting 10,000 HP, 200 attack damage, and 250 splash damage. It has a 50% ranged block chance, and its sturdy armor gives it 96% melee armor and 80% range armor. Will the spooky specter spook the tank, or will the tank steamroll the Ghost? Let's find out right now. The match has begun. The tank's shots are sending the ghosts flying in all directions. The ghosts that manage to get close are starting their attack. But the tank's armor is just too tough. And there goes the last surviving ghost, down and out. The tank advances to round 2, a strong contender for the championship. But who will face them in the next round? Let's move on to the next battle to find out. Dressed in a suit and armed with dual pistols, this man who looks like he might have recently lost a dog is named Action Man. Action Man is a hero unit with 10,000 HP and 400 attack damage. His special feature is that he fires bullets that penetrate through units. Facing him is Juiceman from the Evil faction. This unit looks like it was created when the game developers ran out of ideas. It's just a colorful cup of juice with arms and legs attached. Anyway, they have a whopping 1,600 HP and boast 200 attack damage with 50 splash damage, making them the most powerful melee unit in the Evil faction. I've never rooted for a specific unit in this tournament, but this time I've made up my mind. Let's get to the match. That's a great outcome. Action Man will face Annie Oakley in round 2. Let's move on to the next match. Huh? What the? This unit's name is Naked Gun. It's a revolver with arms and legs, and now it even has eyeballs. This walking automatic revolver, complete with antisocial tattoos on its arms, naturally reminds one of a Tesla car with autopilot, showcasing the developer's level of humor and attitude towards future technology. Anyway, they have 200 HP and 300 attack damage. Facing them is the stationary artillery. It has 500 HP, 1,000 attack damage, and 250 splash damage. Let's get to this battle quickly too. With this, the stationary artillery defeats Naked Gun and will face the troll in round 2. It looks like the troll will need to be a bit nervous. The next match takes place in a medieval castle. The Heavy Knight boasts 350 HP and 80 damage, fully protected by plate armor, granting him a 30% melee block chance, 45% melee armor, and 70% range armor. Facing him is the werewolf, characterized by untrimmed claws and nails, and teeth that look like they've never been brushed. With 1,000 HP, 80 damage, and 50 splash damage, it's the second most powerful melee unit in the Evil faction. Are you ready to witness the battle in the medieval castle? The werewolves are charging towards the castle. Their running stance looks like they're drunk. One thing's for sure, if I turned into a wolf and had 4 legs, I wouldn't insist on running on just 2 of them. The werewolves, having run hard, are invading the castle through a breached wall and 2 gates. The knights are intercepting them, and a fierce battle ensues. While the werewolves can't kill a knight in 1 hit, their attacks send the knights flying into clusters of werewolves, effectively killing them in 1 blow. Let's check out the battle at the gates. The narrow entrances seem to be holding well with the knight's defense. Back to the breached wall. The number of knights has significantly dwindled. Let's speed up the battle. Finally, the werewolves break through. They're charging into the castle to attack the remaining knights from behind. The werewolves defeat the knights and advance to the next round. So, who will face them in the next round? That will be decided in this upcoming battle. The Catapult from the medieval faction, has 500 HP and launches rocks, dealing 200 damage with 100 splash damage. The Witch, like the Ghost you saw earlier, is a ranged unit. Though she generates green fire effects, she doesn't throw green fireballs, but instead uses magic to directly damage enemies. Her stats are much stronger than the Ghost, with 600 HP, and her magic deals 200 damage and 100 splash damage to enemies. As the battle begins, the catapults, having finished loading, fire in unison, sending the witches flying like bowling pins. While the witch's stats are powerful, she has one major drawback. Her attack range is very short, requiring her to get close to her enemies. With the catapult's victory, it is confirmed as the opponent for the werewolves in round 2. The last 2 matches are the battle between Ancestors and Redcoat versus French Soldier. Let's start with the battle between Ancestors in the deep jungle map. First, we have our Ancestors, the Cavemen. They are armed with wooden clubs and have 500 HP and 60 damage. Their opponents are the Ancestors of Herds, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. They have 10,000 HP, 500 damage, and 200 splash damage. Let's witness the pride battle between Ancestors right now. Let's move on to the next match. The 18th century line infantry units, Redcoat and French Soldier, are facing off across a river that looks like the English Channel. Both units have identical stats, 300 HP, 50 damage, and 89% accuracy. The final match of the first round of the tournament begins now. Oh, from the first volley, there's already a significant difference in casualties. Most of the French soldiers seem to have aimed at a few red coats on the rooftops instead of the front lines. We'll see if this gap can be closed. Currently, the Red Coats have 166 more survivors. Let's speed up the battle. The red coats now have 259 more survivors, widening the gap further. The French soldiers are falling further from victory. Let's see how the initial difference of 35 casualties in the first volley translates into the final difference at the end of the battle. With 956 redcoat soldiers surviving to the end, they have secured victory. They advance to the next round to face the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now that we've finished all the matches of the round 1, it's time to return to the bracket and update it. Here are the results from the first half of the round 1. And now we've added the results from the rest of the matches to the bracket. Which match are you most excited about? And which unit do you think will be the ultimate winner? We'd love to cover all the results in this video, but it's already getting too long, so we'll show the remaining 21 matches from round 2 to the finals in the next video. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. It really helps us make more content. Thanks for watching.